Hi guys, welcome to Poms.tech. So I'm going to demo After Hours Voice Bot with this flow. So let me just demo it, and then I'll show the architecture um, once we're done.
Good evening. Welcome to Palms.tech After Hours message service. Can I take a message for someone?
Yes, message for Adrian Baker.
Before I can take a message, may I have your first and last name?
Yes, Bob Johnson.
Thank you, Bob. What department does Adrian Baker work in?
IT.
Thank you. What message would you like to send to Adrian Baker in IT?
You have left your lights on.
I've sent your message to Adrian Baker in IT. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's all, thank you.
Thanks for calling Palms.tech. Have a great night.
You too. Cool. So you would have seen here the call happening. And made various function calls along the way, checking for names, first name, last name. Yeah, checking for the caller's name, then doing a function call to look at a staff directory. We've got fuzzy logic in there for, you know, other names that, accents, etc. Like I've got an English accent, English Australian accent. And then, yeah, and there it is, the message making the call to the email. So let's just check I've got the email. And here's the new message. And yep, I've left my lights on at 9:53. You can see here, 9:53. So yeah, how does it work? What's going on? What's under the hood? How do we get the bot to do this? How do we train the bot? So we are using a Microsoft stack. So obviously I've called a PSTN number. That's called Azure Communication Services. That's done an event grid event to my server, which is hosted in Azure. You can host it on a web app, but the shared memory for voice is not great. So either use a local machine like I did in Azure, or a Docker image, container image, or something. Keeps it nice and stable for the memory. So our voice was using Azure Voice, the Azure Voice Live API within Azure Foundry, and that also uses the OpenAI real-time model. I think I had it set up to chat to 4.1 real-time mini. I had a storage blob in Azure with a corporate directory, so it can look up staff members' names once it's got all the information, and then it can make a Graph API call to my Exchange Online. So that's pretty much the flow at work as what you saw. I wanted to keep this under 5 minutes, so I'll just quickly show you the session config builder. So this is how we train the AI. So there's on my logging, but this repo is available obviously in GitHub. So you saw it was quite a strict security policy. That's so you don't get people ringing up saying, "Oh, I want to speak to John. John's an idiot," etc., etc. So you need to put some guardrails in place. That machine learning. That's what it is. So there's our greeting message, and then we have a security policy to prevent the spam calls or salesmen ringing up saying, "Oh, going to sell you, what, cold callers, whatever." Right? We don't want them getting through. So we put a security policy on. So you have to know the first and last name of the user. You have to leave your full name. You never accept the first name. And then we just go down the list. You have to know the department the person works in, or you can't leave a message. Hence why it was asking me all that. I'd only get 2 attempts to do it. And then we give it some mandatory workflow steps for it to follow. They get 2 attempts at the department, and we have fuzzy logic on. And then some call ending rules and some examples. I'm mindful of the time. We're up to at least 6 minutes. Some complete examples so the bot knows how to handle it, because people might not, speak different, have the wrong name, etc. And critical reminders and security reminders. Also got bill shock built in, so people just can't ring up and have, chat about Jesus or the Bible. It will stick to the point, hang up after 2 minutes, so it doesn't run up a big bill. And then obviously some VAD settings you would have saw in the log flickering up, so we can determine when the user speaks or the bot speaking, etc. So anyhow, that's what we're up to. We're over 5 minutes now, so I'm going to wrap this up. The repo's there online. Enjoy, guys. See you at the next one.